Good morning, Vietnam. Um, hey there. This is Lots of Bots, and it is NFP Day, non-farm payrolls. I'm gonna predict what the future price is gonna do, and it's gonna be rather interesting because here we are at the lows of 129. We've had a big move down from around 130, 100. So we're down about 200 and something pips, right, from the highs. Now, you're asking yourself, well, what's going to happen from here? Well, I'm about to tell you, and I'm going to trade this position. I'm going to trade spot. You are likely at NFP time, which is in about 20 minutes, going to get a big spike lower. Now, you're going to say to yourself, oh man, it's going to crash. Your euro's going to hell, and what are we going to do? But what I'm going to tell you is the euro will be going higher the rest of the day after that down spike. Hi guys, I'm back. It's about 2 minutes before NFP. I'm looking to get my long in. I'm looking for a drop. This is Rob Booker and friends live in the background on their TFL TV, which I like watching. I find them very entertaining, and Rob's very funny, along with Wilson. Not as funny because he's English and they have a dry sense of humor, which, eh. But anyway, so what we're going to do is let me pause this here. How do I mute? Yeah, you know what? I'll just turn the sound down. There we go. Oh, I got a mute button right here. What am I doing? Boom. There we go. Geez, like I forgot how to use a Mac, being that I was an Apple genius. Wow, okay, retarded. But anyway, so I'm looking to get long here, and we're watching the price. And NFP is 1 minute away now, and I'm going to be taking this trade on the spot. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is watching TFL TV. I'm in different chat rooms, and it's going to be very interesting. They've got a couple lines on the charts here that are kind of interesting. All right, here's the number. All right, let's look for the initial drop. Let's see if it drops. Let me bring up my... No, I'm really not in a rush to get long. I will, though, when I think the appropriate price has occurred. And there goes the drop. There's the initial drop. Now, this has already been computed by me as to what's going to happen. So we're looking for the initial drop. Now, after we get the initial drop, how are we going to actually enter the trade? Well, you know what? Let's switch to a 5 minute. Let's go down a ring here, and we'll see the bars happen naturally. Now here, let me go to my models. What time are we going to go up from? It should be very shortly, actually. I should have probably taken that hit right there on the initial drop and gotten long, but I'm an unemotional person. I'm not in a rush. I'm not caring so much about price as I am caring about time. And the time that I want to do this in, the time block, is going to be around 8:45, if I'm correct. 8:45, 8:42 to 40, somewhere in that range. So I've got about 8 minutes. And I could enter early. This is a pretty good price down here in the 80s. But I've seen them do all kinds of crazy things where they'll move price, 50 to 60 pips before they actually reverse it and so forth. So we'll see. I'm going to give it a few minutes, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to get something to drink. Oh, by the way, I calculated the actual move in synchronicity with the different charts to be 8:43, which is in about 10 minutes. I could take it earlier, though, but I have to wait for my models to and the correct time would be 8:43 for the entry. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that. I forgot to tell you. I'm going to go get something to drink. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm listening to Jennifer Thornburg. She's very interesting. Um, and she's saying the initial down move. Well, I've already calculated this as being the initial down move ahead of time, and she's absolutely right. But I'm going to calculate the exact time of which it's going to reverse, and that's when I'm going to get long, and that is going to be around 8:43 exact. That's when my models say to get long. And let's buy again. Damn it, now I got worse pricing. But whatever. Hold on, it's going to tick down. Come on, tick down real fast. There we go. Nice. Time is 8:41. So it's probably good that I didn't get that fill. So let them push it a little bit more lower here. I'm going to do my full 2 lots. Not too much, but enough. Uh-huh. 2 minutes, and then you should see this thing, the institutional computers kick in, and bam, this thing is going to reverse hard. Alright. In. So, now, I'm kind of expecting a big reverse here at, it's 8:42 now, I'm expecting it at 8:43 exact, as I've gone on about this in the chat room and whatnot. Now, will I win on this or will I lose? Doesn't matter. What does matter is that this is what I've calculated, and I've done this off of longer time frames, 4-hour charts, and I crunch numbers all the way down to where we are right now, and you can see it live on a 1-minute chart here. So what's going to happen? Time is 8:42, 51, 53, 54. I'm sorry. You're going to see a spike up. This spike up is going to be the institutional computers, and they're going to be the ones buying here big. So let's watch and see if that happens at exactly 8:43, which is the time right now. If I'm wrong, then we'll just get continuation lower, and nothing I say will really matter. But from this point on, I would want to be a buyer. Well, hold on. I wanted you to see the spike up here. You see that spike? Guess what? That's exactly at 8:43. Guess what? Those are institutional computers going off. Guess what? I know that ahead of time. What's up? Now, how would I go over and execute a stop based on what I've got right here? Well, there's different ways you can apply that. You can apply it to the lows if you're trading real tight. So if it breaks below 7.4, I would want to be out and take my loss and move on. I mean, you don't always win. You sometimes lose. The key is in trading is to minimize your loss as best you can. Now, I go by time. So if I'm correct, I'm going to be correct big. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong small. And that's all there is to it. When I see the lows break, I'm out. There's no thinking. There's no anything. It's done. My stop's right below the lows that we have right here. And that's the best way to trade it, in my opinion. Now, if I want to give it some leeway, I have to go over and give it an exact percentage as to what's going to occur. But I don't want to do that. And the reason being is very simple. This level down here has to be 100%. If it's not 100%, then I'm wrong and I need to get out. So it's going to hold here, or I'm going to be gone. And that's all there is to it. So we'll see in a few minutes. I'll be back. Half the position. I'm going to off half the position above 129 or anytime I see on the second position. So that way I'm automatically left with some profit. Right now I'm looking at about 20 pips on the upside right here, which we would think was a pretty good number, but with NFP that could be a much bigger. You know, I can do 40 or 50 or who knows, even in larger amounts. Let me go over and look at my numbers. It's not very pretty what I look at. It's a spreadsheet, so you would not be really impressed by it. All right. Let me pause this. I will be right back. The price seems to be going higher as I expected, and sure enough, it did it right off of 843. 843 was when the initial institutional computers started kicking in, as they are designed to. So I'll pause it, and hopefully it won't revert back. I show right here at 859 as a possible weak point, so it could, dip right here. I probably should have gotten an extra 4 pips out of this trade, so I'm gonna smack myself. But anyway, this is a decision point, 859. It's gonna go over and decide whether it's gonna go back down and then continue lower the rest of the day, or if it's going to go back up. So we'll see, and I'll pause this and I'll be back later. I still would like to finish my breakfast, and I've not done that. It's getting cold, so I'll talk to you later. Jennifer just said that take a break and to walk the dog. I don't have a dog, so what I'm going to do is go to my next door neighbors who does have a dog and steal theirs so I can walk it. So that's my plan for today. If you don't hear back from me later, I've probably been arrested, so no big deal. So far the trade is looking blah. I've put in my stop in place here. I'm going to come out with 11 pips, worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it'll go up 50, 100, whatever on the rest of it. So we'll see. Remember, the institutional computers, in my view, have been buyers, so we'll see. And all I want to do is see higher prices from here. Period. Right from 843. So anyway, I'll pause it again. This is a long video. I apologize. But it should be a good one. I won't bother you until we are a good deal above 129.40. How about that? Later today. Other than that, I'll talk to you soon. Hey, lots of bots here. I totally forgot I was doing a video, but I've exited the full position on the euro above 129.40, and I am completely out. And I just wanted to show you the trade is concluded for Friday. NFP day. It's been absolutely fantastic. Bellissimo. But what I wanted to show you was these lines of what I was looking for. Now I would expect the euro to continue to go higher the rest of the day, but above 129.40, fantastic. You know, it was a good trade, and if you just look at it from a perspective of straight trend lines, horizontal and vertical, you can see what turned out. Of course, my projection from 8:43 in the morning was spot on, absolutely perfect, which I can't be any happier. Other than that, I gotta go next door and try to find my neighbor's dog. He needs a walk. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will have some fantastic videos coming out next week that are just going to be absolutely cool as I learn video production and use the full, scope of my imagination, which can be very scary at times, I might add. Other than that, have a great weekend. I hope trading is going well for you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.